Okay, baby. Tell them what you did and how you did it.
Okay. Well, I know this beautiful woman,
Crazy
all the
name.
way back from 2009 when she first started, and she helped me get my LPN. I've been an LPN since 2009. I decided to go back to school, and I started Hydros in 2020. Graduated, took my NCLEX once, failed it. Took my NCLEX twice, failed it. Went to another review.
And you didn't get no clinicals or nothing. Was that how that went? What
Not
year
really
was
medical. It was during COVID.
It was
so
during COVID.
all of our clinicals were
You didn't
just
get
like
no clinicals.
online. Yeah. So we never really physically stepped into the hospital or nursing home or anything.
Yeah.
So I went to
And I want to point out how serious that is. If you're in this class right now and you never really got to do clinicals, you're going to be dangerous if you don't really learn those videos. I swear to God, don't underestimate how valuable clinicals were to your learning. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to figure out how to learn some of this stuff. And so that's why the videos are a little bit more important.
Yes, because I thought that being a nurse for so long, LPN for so long, I went in there, I'm like, oh, I don't need no review. I'm about to take this test and smash it. I got this. I know what I'm doing. But I've been a home care nurse. I never really even been in a clinical setting. I've been a home care nurse for almost 13 years. Yeah, so.
And we know what our LPNs do, right? What do we say about LPN to RN? What do we say about that student on the test? They do 3 things, right? They take their job to the test, and usually wherever they're working is bad habits just because of the nature of the beast. And then the LPN works a lot. So they're already a nurse, so they're working overtime, agency, travel. They're doing all kind of fun stuff because they can, right? They're making a shitload of money. But that's taken away from studying, right, guys? And then the last thing, reason why they really don't do too well is because the school itself rushes through the most important concepts. Because there's like, you're already a nurse. We're not going to cover that. But that was on the text. That should have been covered. So I don't like bridge programs. So to be honest with you, I don't like bridge at all. Because they bridge over to a failure. Because LPNs to RNs have a high failure rate. That's just facts. Y'all see them? How many times do I say this? They keep coming, they keep failing, and they got to go through this class and then pass. But if you look at the different videos that I put in there of the testimonies of the nurses that pass their test, you're going to see a lot of bridge tell you how they failed because they're just not giving you the education you need. So if you're an LPN in this class right now and you're thinking about going back to school, I like how some of y'all be like, I just went straight for the gusto. I ain't even do a bridge because I wanted to know everything I needed to know. Because one way or another, you gotta learn it one way. Either you learn it in here or you learn it in the field. Yeah. 13 years as an LPN.
13 years as an LPN. Never thought I would be an LPN that long. The life, you know what I'm saying?
Happens.
A kid, you know what I'm saying? Life just happens. So, and time just got away from me. So,
you're doing good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, she's doing real good.
So I paid for another review course that I went to before Shelly.
Y'all be doing that. I don't know. That's why it's a line on your application. What other reviews did you go to? Because it's usually I'm the last stop. But one thing's for sure, you ain't gonna never leave here and go nowhere else.
Yeah, that binder was like blah blah blah. I wasn't understanding any of it. I came here. I came back home. Came to Shelly. We caught COVID. And I ain't caught COVID through the whole pandemic. I catch it this year. Yeah. While I'm in here.
Tell them what month, because it was like so
It was like March.
Like whenever COVID was over,
like
she was
March.
catching.
We caught COVID. And I was like, I sat out.
You were sick.
Yeah, I was sick. I sat out. I took off work. I was off work for like a month. And my husband was sick. And
who got sick first?
My husband. His friend who works in a grocery store. They work out together. He brought it, come over to our house. We got a gym in the basement. He come over, works out, and then call my husband saying, I don't feel well. My wife tested me. I'm positive. I test my husband because he waking up telling me his cats surrounding the bed. I'm like, cats?
Altered mental status. Altered mental status.
They're like, ain't no cats. His temperature was 102.9. So I got him together. Maybe about 5 days later, I went down.
Oh my gosh.
So we both was down. At that point, I'm texting Shelly.
Yeah, she kept
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come. I don't know if I'm able to make it. Yeah.
I was proud of you for that.
And then I started watching them videos. I scheduled that test. I'm like, I gotta go in here and kill this video. I gotta kill this test. I told my friend, I said, when I got at the test and I looked at that computer, this is real. I told that computer, I said, we're gonna fight today. I said, if anybody recording, they say like, this crazy. That's just what I said. I said, yeah,
the proctors are probably like, this shit was done.
I said, we fight today. I got you. We're gonna fight today. And I meant it. I was the last person in there.
I know you were.
I looked around, real talk. Y'all, I was crying at the computer. I just was crying. Yeah, because when it was like I got to 123 when it cut off.
Okay.
But when it got to 110 and I looked around, all them seats was empty in there. I said, girl, I said, I'm really about to beat this computer up. I might snatch it off the wall on the way up out of here.
I love it. Just kick his ass.
So, from that point, I came home. I did that trick.
What was that? Oh, okay.
I did that trick, and I'm like, that trick ain't working because it's Saturday. They probably ain't got my information. It's the weekend. It ain't a business day. I ain't even gonna. I woke up Sunday morning and it was on there. I just fell on the ground on my knees and cried. Yep.
Because COVID sucked.
Yep.
She had came in here all jolly and excited to join the class and then was down again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
And the videos were it.
And the videos was it. And my last question was about that lithium. I'll never forget that. It cut off. It said, what order would you question if the doctor gave this to you for your patient with lithium? And it was a low sodium diet. That's what I would question. Because it's a high. I remember her saying only 3 people gonna get a high lithium diet. High sodium diet. Lithium, Addison's, and cystic fibrosis.
Wow.
That's the last thing and it shut off.
Now that should have told you with that last question that you knew so well. Maybe I did it, because if it shuts off on a question you know, they say you pretty much did it.
Yeah, it had those drag boxes. It was everything. It started bringing all type of stuff to me.
Yeah.
At the end, I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, they really want some work today.
Where you gonna work at? I'm like so excited for her.
I'm still doing my home care, and I work at.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and I work at Broad. Yeah, I done had some of the same patients for 14 years. So
that's
like
why they're
family
still
to
alive, because you took care of them.
That's right. No.
You know that's true, right? That's why, because you had a consistent caregiver. You're gonna live forever.
Yeah, I got 4 patients that I've had for the past 14 years. So I'm gonna keep them. I see them twice a day, every day. So
You really know you want to do some new different shit.
I do.
Some really fun new different shit.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I'm open for it. I really am. Because they offered me a position yesterday. I called the nursing home where I work at Broadview.
Yeah.
Told them I got my RN. They offered me a supervisor position. So.
Now, what do we say
I don't know
about
if I want
LPN to RN and RN just passed their test? What type of job should they do at least for 1 year?
Hospital.
It doesn't matter what kind, just a hospital job to teach you new and most current ways of doing stuff.
Okay.
That way you don't get locked in to no choices.
Okay.
You have a lot of choices once you get that 1 year in a hospital. You can do everything, including travel, whatever else, because you don't know what's going to come with COVID or anything else.
Right.
And you want to open their options. You're an RN.